Greetings, everybody. Hi, hello, I'm Fire Lotus the Witch, and welcome back to another live Witches chat. Um, hello. So this is gonna be semi-quick. I've got to do something really quick that I should have done before I hit that button to go live, which is plug up a ring light. So hold that thought. There we go. Okay, there we go. Hello, hi. I'm Fire Lotus the Witch. This is going to be a slight different live. Um, I'm kind of just going to be like talking and also talking about like what's next in my content because obviously it's rough. Life is rough right now. Most importantly though, the reason that there's going to be a slight shift is because I'm trying to think of the right way of saying. Basically, I've been doing a side hobby, if you will, helping somebody out, and that's bringing a revenue in of some type that online content right now is not. Um, and also, before I get into this is not me like bitching and complaining or anything like that. I understand a lot of the internet is just fucking crazy right now. Um, but I'm not on TikTok, the main platform. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with the algorithm besides they're trying to shift it over to this platform. But a lot of practitioners or the people that make our content, unless they're drama selling something or they just have their own little niche, no content is being seen. And I've been true enough, I've taken breaks periodically, but since starting this, technically since last year, I haven't had the break that I need. I'm not going to make a break, but I get into this pressure and state of mind that a content creator brings, which is consistency. In order to really get like people's attention and to be able to gain a following in some way, shape, or form, you need consistency. Originally, I stated that I was going to create at least 2 videos on Tuesday and Thursday of like each week. That has became it's possible, but there's a few things that's out of my control that could go wrong to where it's not uploaded, and then due to the fact that everything that I do, I have to do it 100% or I'm not doing it. It winds up putting me into this weird mood because I like here recently, I guess it was a setting either on my computer or the internet in general, but like I would go to sleep, have the video uploading, and it would get to like 80% and then just completely stop. Knowing that I don't have enough time that morning to be able to do it. And one of the hobbies that I do, hobby's not really a right word for it. I'm just gonna say it's another project. That project I travel more, but a lot of the locations that I go to, I don't have enough service to actually stream. Like this week, I had to reschedule a spiritual advisory session because of that fact. Um, and a lot of things are shifting and changing, so I'm trying to go with the flow of that. But I don't know, some of the videos that I've been making, been having similar with the upload thing on TikTok. Oh yeah, it's on TikTok too. TikTok, YouTube. I don't know. The internet's becoming a place that I absolutely hate right now. Because every platform, luckily except for YouTube, like you have to, like Facebook, Meta. I know a lot of people don't use Facebook. I use Facebook, and then I also have a Facebook page because if you're gonna be a content creator, you might as well do them all. Um, Not to mention there are some platforms that certain people use or don't use or whatever that. Um, it was great. Like, my page was getting views until I hit 1,000 subscribers. That the single moment that I hit 1,000 subscribers, that's when they're like, "Oh, you went from 50 views on your post to 3." Unless I pay them, of course. TikTok, if you're scrolling through your feed and you make content and you get a video that is your video, that TikTok shows you what your video would look like promoted. If you scroll away from that video or you log out of the app, I've not figured out a way to trick it. Right after that, within the next 24 to like 2 to 3 days, your views are going to go from like right here, which is like most where everybody's at, 200, maybe 1,000. It's going to completely tank. And I've tried every trick that I've learned on TikTok, using hashtags, using specific hashtags. So obviously at this point, I can no longer say, "Oh, it's the platforms." Obviously, it's my content. It's lacking, and I get that. But what a lot of people don't understand, except for what you've seen online that I shared, nobody really knows, except for the people that were here, what last year was like for us. And that still is not even over. I mean, come March, we'll be going back to the doctor for the annual check and shit. So I think that's affected me more. And now the fact that that's over, I'm kind of like, what next? And I do this a lot in my life where I wind up coming up with stupid excuses of why I cannot push myself further. And then I get that thing that I use as an excuse, and my brain is just like, great, I have it. Now what do I do? And it's a mental health aspect. Like, I'm fine. I'm okay. Well, I mean, I'm not okay. I'm not fine, but I'm okay. There we go. And it's weird because like I don't have the resources to where I can just call up a number and be like, "Yo, I need meds." It doesn't work that way. So I'm kind of stuck, which a lot of us are kind of stuck trying to figure this shit out ourselves. And I don't know. I'm in a moment in my life right now where I feel like I'm at a crossroads and I don't know what to do with that crossroads because I love making content. I love giving people readings. I love doing spell work. But my life has been so fucking busy recently that I don't have time to be able to like research. So like with my personal practice, besides some of the personal things that I do every day, I haven't really had time to like sit down and read a book like I normally used to do. You know, somebody would get a service from me, we would trade, as in they would give me something off the list. Or just in general, somebody would send me a book. I would literally within, depending on the book, normally good week, I'd do it within like a week to 2 weeks, depending on what was going on. And then I would review that book. I love doing that because not only do I get to expand my knowledge, but I also then get to turn around and let people know, hey, don't go wasting your money because it's not what it was advertised about. And there are, unfortunately, a lot of witchy and spiritual books out there that I don't know if the person knows the author, and I'm not saying anything bad about the author, but what is being advertised versus what's actually in the book, two completely different things. And I've heard that is just because it's kind of like we're gonna use Llewellyn's for this. If you get the Llewellyn's catalog, you can see what's about to start trending because the way their catalogs are, it's like I think for a season basically, but it's supposed to be for like I think a month to 2 months. So in the process of that, you're technically about to see what they're about to start pushing into stores, like themed wise, when it comes to Oracle or books and things like that. So there's been a few books that I've gotten from Llewellyn's, and how it was presented with the cover art, with the back of it, with like, this is what this book's about. And then you actually get into reading it and you realize that this fucking has nothing to do with it. So I get that, but it's just, I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that. Thank you for distracting me. Thank you for distracting me, little knucklehead. But I haven't really had time to sit down and read a book. And my own personal practice, I just went through one hell of a year that tested every aspect of spirituality. It's fucking weird. I don't know. Maybe this is growing up. And then yesterday, the accident, fucking near death. And I have this weird thing with my complex PTSD. I've been through so much trauma where a lot of the times it happened, I process it, and I'm like, all right, that just happened. And then I dissociate from it. Yeah, I used to think I was a superhero and just process things really quickly. No, I just completely disassociate myself from it. So I'm trying to figure out what I need to do because outside of all of this, before this became this, I started this to help me escape the agoraphobia that was trapping me inside the house. Um, and it feels like just the vibe of like each platform has changed so dramatically. And not to mention, due to the fact that there's so many witchy things out there, I don't know what to talk about, like at all. And then imposter syndrome gets in there, and you're like, why am I even doing this? Like, and then if you're on TikTok, YouTube, whatever platform, and then they do that thing where like you make one video and it pops the fuck off. And for anybody who doesn't understand the reason we say that, we're like, you know, the likes and shit like that. Yes, some people get paid, but like me, I don't unless I'm in a live on TikTok. Um, it when you start making content, when you put your first video out there, whether it's witchy shit, it doesn't matter what it is, and it pops the fuck off, we'll say at least 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 views and hearts that are basically agreeing with that. It fucks with your head because it's almost this self-validation. And you feel like when you don't have a video that goes anywhere, it's like, oh, well, fuck, I was wrong, even though that's not really how that works. And then you take into account, not really with my videos, because my videos are, I have something to say, I'm going to hold up my phone and say it. That could be a problem too. But it's this weird dynamic where it sets up that thing where you're chasing it. And then imagine the people who spend 12 hours editing a video and it goes absolutely nowhere. Or the thing that pisses me off the most, all of the amazing gifted people on all different platforms that I see that they could do so much for the community, but they are so over fucking shadowed, whether that's the aesthetic shit, whether that's this, it doesn't matter. And then, and I had a few mutuals make a video on this recently. It infuriates me when you spend so much time dedicating to one specific thing, witchcraft for me. And then I go to teach about it. And then we have the pandemic. And then all of these people who can retain information better than I can because our brains work differently, knows absolutely nothing about it. As in, yes, they know what they just read. They know what they just listened to on a podcast or watched a fucking YouTube video, but they do not have the actual application of taking that knowledge from being knowledge to applying that into reality. That is that's a major thing in witchcraft. And you had all of these people go out, get crystals, get all witchy-fied up, and they're fucking reading you fucking Pinterest posts, or they're reading you spells or all this other shit. They're cutting corners and it's getting hundreds of thousands of views. And it's like, no, this is going to sound very harsh of me, but like, well, fuck. Why do I even care then? If this is the fake shit you want, if this is the half-ass, half-handed shit that sounds easy as fuck, why am I even trying? Because you're not going to get anywhere in witchcraft. But then I also have to tell myself that a lot of the people that see those videos are not practicing witches. They are people that are probably going through their own shit and they're looking at a video. Oh, do this. Wash your hands with salt and lime juice and your life will get better. And then they do it and then placebo effect. Or it actually worked. I don't know. Magic's weird. All right. There's a lot of placeboing in magic. But I don't know. It's fucking weird. And I don't know what to do about it. And I am that weird kid who, when I found witchcraft, it literally became me. And I do not mean that in a weird, straight up, it became me. Like, I don't normally have normal conversations. I don't even have normal conversations with my partner. So it's weird. And I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, they're sitting here and they're fucking complaining and all this other shit. I mean, if you think that, you totally can. What I'm trying to say is some of the things that are pissing me off or making me feel a certain way, there's nothing that anybody can do. because it has nothing to do with our content. It has to do with the fucking computer algorithm mixed with people interacting with that algorithm, because TikToks actually, you do have a person over your profile if you make content that keeps up with your shit. Um, and I mean, unless we're gonna bring back old school sacrifice, I'm at a breaking point at this point of what to do with the algorithm. Um, and I also don't want to have to get into where I have to start scripting my shit. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you have the patience, the time, and the brain to do it, scripting your shit, then congratulations, you do it. I can't work that way. Um, So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this is. I hope and pray this is not the beginning of another spiritual awakening, because I'm not over my last one that I had. This screen is also fucking me up because everything is backwards. So it's perception wise, it's very weird. I want to cancel my subscription to adulthood. Oh my god, same. I so want to fucking do it. And it's just it's fucking weird. I've said, I joked before like I was born in the wrong times. No, I was. And a YouTube video that I was making, I did this weird thing, it's also self-torture, where I'll go back and I'll watch my original YouTube videos when I still have that spark to like create and make something of myself. Um, I used to state that I'm so glad I do not have a phone like this. Um, because I don't want to become addicted to the internet. And hi, future me, you were correct. So it's this weird thing. So there's the major update. I still will be making YouTube videos. Just please don't expect them on like a day and a time. What I plan on doing is when I have my good days and I don't actually have work to do at my hobby, um, then I plan on, which I'm slowly starting to do, just filming videos, uploading them, and just having them there, and then periodically posting them. But I also want to expand. Like, I still have to make the oil video. The reason I haven't made the oil video, fuck, I haven't even posted it. So I'm working on an oil series. In that series, there's going to be, which I did post the first part, like basic what is magical oil. The second one is going to be how you can use magical oil, and then the third one is going to be me showing you how to actually make from scratch magical oils, like one or two of them. I just keep forgetting to get the supplies that I need when I go out to a store. So, and most of it, oils, magical oils, they can be inexpensive. Okay, they do not have to be expensive as fuck. Most of everything you need, you can get from Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar, or some other dollar, what used to be 99-cent store. All you need is a carrying oil and the herbs or roots or bark or whatever the fuck you're adding to oil. You can add a lot to it. And then you're going to have to kind of be a mad scientist and mess around with every step of that. What I mean by that is messing with the order of what herbs you add, because yes, that can affect how oil is made. Shit, that can even affect spell work. But things like that. And I'm slowly getting everything that I need to actually fully advance it. But it's like the more tools that I get to advance my online, the more my brain is just like, no. It's like that ADHD thing where you know you have to do something and you want to do it. You're not going to do it though, because you have to do it. You know what I mean? Um, this is the reason in high school, I think it's altitude test. The test that they used to give out where it like basically told you what you could be as an adult. Um, Mine was an artist, a therapist, basically somebody who I do not have a boss to look up to. Thank you. Thank y'all. Yes. It was one of those. Every test of those that I've ever took in my life, it's all said the same thing. Entrepreneur, basically, in some way, shape, or form. Now that I have the entrepreneur part, I'm trying to balance that out. And for anybody who did not know, I don't drive. Like I don't have a license. I have an ID, but I don't have a license because of my anxiety and other shit. So what a normal person that would be able to drive would be like, oh, well, I need this. Let me just get in the car and go down the road. If you have that ability to, you can. I can't. So yeah. And then we still haven't got the car fixed. A year later, we still have not got the car fixed. So my home life, it's good. It's just chaotic, as in, besides my partner going to work, nothing is scheduled. And normally we're also spending the weekend resting from the prior week. Because I do a lot of walking outside and other random shit. So I'm trying to balance all of this out, and I don't understand how people do it, because I don't, but I know that I need to, because if I can have more consistency in when I post, what I post, and how I post it, I will grow more, especially on this platform, because my views are already starting to go up, my interactions are starting to go up. So I'm slowly getting there. It's just I don't know if I have the energy to actually continue there. So that's what's been going on with me. The snake is doing good though. I need to do like a full on life update. He is doing good. We're getting the fleas under control. Um, Baphomet, thank God she's not in here, because she would have already ripped that curtain down. She's doing good too. And Sapphire's doing good. We had to update the size of mice that we feed it. And yeah, she's doing good. Um, I'm trying to think if anything specifically has actually happened. No, not really. But by the summertime, um, hello, by this summertime, I'm hopefully going to have my yard upkept. And once that happens, I'm going to start filming actual like spell work and how to properly do this and how to properly do that. When it comes to circles and other or how to properly create a magical space outside. There we go. I also have a few ideas for live streams at night with fire. I've also got another live stream that we talked about before. I've got to figure out the technical skills too, and that's going to be a Lotus movie night, where I will basically find platforms that I will be able to stream the movie while also being able to like live stream with y'all. To sit down and watch it. I have so many ideas. It's just having the energy and the drive to be able to pull it off, while also being in a weird growth area with my practice. So yeah, it's I guess it's my 30s. I don't fucking know. I've never been 30 before. Um but yeah, that's how that is. I'm also doing like 3 other projects, side projects. Um so it's very weird. And yes, I know somebody's going to be like, "Well, you should stop, trying to do so many things." No, I can't. I cannot. I like the sound. Yes, I talked about it before, but we had like the main technical difficulty was home internet, and now I have that. Thank the heavens, I have that. So it's so fucking weird to think 2 years ago my agoraphobia was so bad that I couldn't leave my house, even to go 5 minutes up to the store, couldn't. But now I do it every day. True enough, I'm right beside my partner. So like we officially do have that relationship where we are inseparable. Um but it's also cool what I do, cuz it's weird. One day I'll explain. I know I'm being weird and vague. But yeah, that's why life has been kind of crazy busy. But I can state, as the heat comes back into Florida, I will stay home more, because yeah, shit, I don't do well in the heat. Um, so that's also going to be a changing thing as well. But it's also, since the pandemic, the actual like world has changed so much. So the scheduling that I used to do my lives on back then doesn't really fit now. Um, so it's a working process. But I'm also sharing all of this with y'all because I know some people may watch this and they're like, why the fuck are they sharing so much? That is what I do with my content. Because I'm hoping at one point or multiple points, or it's already happened, people will come and they'll see it and they're like, well, fuck. If they can do it, I can do it. Yes, you can. Make your content, okay? Because like I keep telling myself every single day, whether you get reactions or not, you put it on the internet, so it's always going to be there. So 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road, you could be the reason that somebody becomes a witch or somebody does this or does that or whatever content you do. But also know that you can be overly exposed to witchcraft, which I think me and a lot of other practitioners are experiencing right now. And it's not even the fact you can't say, oh, well, you're on Witch Talk too much. I don't associate with Witch Talk, and I was rarely on there when Witch Talk was a thing. TikTok in general is fucking all over the place recently. But anyways, and I'm also trying to figure out what I need to do on my Instagram. Because with my Instagram, at this point, all of y'all that are watching, just imagine this is a FaceTime, okay? With my Instagram, the one thing I can do with what I'm doing is I can do readings, like general pulls, but I'm not really good at the general pulls because I'm not good at reading the general, as in the collective. I'm better on one-on-one. So yeah. Now, cool, exciting news, and this is for anybody who listened to me about Anchor, about creating a podcast. Anchor, which is now officially, they have been for a while, but Spotify for podcasters. It's free to use. It is not the same as Anchor, as in you're not going to start getting paid right off the rip. And when I said getting paid, it was literally like, I think it was a penny for every 1,000 plays you get. But anyways, they're updating their system. So they've slightly changed it. Before, you could use the app to straight record in and just upload it from there. You can no longer do that now, but that's not a bad thing. I thought it was. It's not. They have a new, I think it's like a new company they're partnering with. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's called Riverside. The actual app in the Play Store is called Riverside.fm. You basically get a studio. It's free. You get a studio or multiple studios and you go live. Hold on. Oh shit. Yeah, you can make multiple studios and then not only can you do video, but you can invite guests in to video chat with, and you can also invite an audience in. So for anybody who makes that type of content, look into this. I've not used it yet, so I don't know what the process is to get it from Riverside to Spotify to be able to post as an actual episode. But the reason this is exciting is because I don't know when, but some of the interviews that I'm going to be doing may potentially be on that. So it'll actually be a live interview. Although, if I ever do that, even on here, I probably will not have the comment, or I may leave the chat on. See, that's fucking with me. Because in real life, I'm pointing over there, but on the screen, I'm pointing over there. Never mind. I'll probably leave the chat on for like the people that are watching, but I'm not going to be able to respond to it. That way it doesn't mess me up. But yeah, that's a game changer, because theoretically you could create YouTube videos, clips of TikTok videos, and a podcast while using one app total. So, but yes, podcast episodes are coming. One of the main reasons I have not created them yet, and this is going to be an excuse, but it's an annoying fucking excuse. So I went out and got these from the TikTok shop for like $1. I think it was like $1.09. They're wireless headphones. I mean, they're wireless microphones. If you go out and get these and you have a 5G phone, don't. Okay, this particular brand, don't. Save your money. You're going to have to use an older phone. Apparently, there's a setting that they changed in our phones, and due to the fact that we no longer have that setting, this right here will not connect properly to the phone. So, which also means The other microphone that I have that clips into it like a charger also does not work on the phone. Works on the tablet, but not the phone. So if I do record on this, it'll be using my my original microphone that was sent to me, which is prop boxed up behind that curtain. Um, but yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm very like my videos on TikTok are all over the place. The way that I'm seeing it now is I'm not getting any views, so I might as well just post shit just to post it. Here I'm actually trying to get organized. I'm just sucking at it tremendously. So that's one of the reasons that like because if you've been following me for a while, you know that I used to just do private lives on my phone and then just upload that to YouTube. Now I don't need to do that. I can actually film them full on like in this landscape mode. But there are still a couple of other steps that I've got to figure out how to do and actually do it. And eventually I want to have the videos to where like if I point over here, something will pop up on the screen. But it's all a learning curve. And I already had a horrifying experience with editing videos and podcasts. I had did a that was not proper English, Lotus. I did a podcast interview and I went to take a slight second out so I could like insert a break. And what I thought I was highlighting to remove, I was in fact not. And what I highlighted was to stay there, and it deleted everything else. Luckily, I already had the audio backed up, but that's kind of scarred me. So I'm so afraid that I'm going to go and edit a YouTube video and then just it out of existence. So yeah, that's all happening. There's a couple other things that I'm working on too, but I'm paranoid at this point. With all the shit that's been going on with us and as many people as I've had tell me, you know, you've had a lot of random bad luck recently. It's not me. I've done every fucking divinational set that I can do. Nobody is fucking with me that I'm aware of. And if they are, then they're very well protected. And kudos to you because, yeah, nothing. So I think life is just, I'm in a weird area. And this honestly feels like the beginning of a spiritual awakening, and I don't want to go through another spiritual awakening at all. I debated if I was actually going to go live. But I know I need to because I also help out other people. So it's fucking weird. All right, buddy. I love you. Yeah, I love you. But you're not on my shoulders. You're on my back. Ow. But anyways, yeah, that's gonna be this one. Hopefully soon there'll be a live where we actually have a subject and I'm not tired as fuck. And we chit chat and things like that. For anybody who is watching right now, if you're not a part of it, we do have a Discord. I am active in that. Normally it takes somebody tagging me or me just looking at the notifications and seeing if it's an interesting conversation. But there's a lot of cool shit that goes on in Discord. There's a lot of amazing practitioners of all different levels, as in they're just starting out. They've been doing it longer than I've been on this planet. There's a lot of cool shit there. There's all different, and that is 18 plus. That's just because we have a couple of subjects that, well, 18 plus. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for now. Now when I figure out how to do the movie night, I'm going to advertise that like at least 2 weeks out. And come hell or high water with my life, that day will actually happen and that night will actually happen. But there's a lot of shit that I got to look into because I got to make sure whatever site that I'm using, it's not going to boot me off. Like if you did not know, if you go live on Facebook or Instagram and you play music, if it is not like that music that has no copyright or it's free for everybody, you can get your live shit restricted. I don't know if they do that on YouTube. It's never happened to me. But with them recently switching music companies, you might want to check that. But I would have to check that to make sure that like me viewing this movie, I'm not going to get sued for copyright. Um, because I have a few ideas for a few movies, and yes, some of them are going to be witchy, but not all of them. But I think it'd be really cool just to get together. Plus, that would also give people who may not have the necessities and or they may not have the options to be able to watch movies like that. So it would be really cool. I've just got to figure out how to do that exactly. I think I have an idea, but I'm not for sure. Luckily, my partner is really good at computers. So, but anyways, I'm gonna go. And since I keep preaching self care to all of you amazing people, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to upload the YouTube video, and then I'm going to pick a movie or a show, and I'm just going to pop my headphones in and ignore the world for the next like 6 or 12 hours. So yeah. Thank y'all for the people who did, stay here and hang out with me. Thank you. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go. This is gonna be up. I don't know if I should, but it will be up at least for like 2 or 3 days. That way people can replay it. But yeah, until then, I will talk to y'all later. Peace.